You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
We was in bed together, girl.
You slept with him, you slut! But no.
What's up? Sorry, y'all, shaking my water. What's up, y'all? Y'all get up in here. Get the likes up on the video. Get up in here. Shaking my water up, girl. But no, that always gets me. I remember learning that part of the movie back to back, girl, watching it. And the part when Jada Pinkett character, I forget her name, was in there with Wayman, and she was like, and Wayman said, Miss Peaches, could you go down to the store and get me a relaxer and make sure it's a regular? Last time you got me a super girl. I'll never forget that. Rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace. Girl, listen, let me tell you something. Me and my brother, we used to sit down and memorize movies, like just so we could know them when they come on. Miss Peaches. That was my shiz naive. Y'all get up in here and get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got a little show going on today, honey. We're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe getting sued by another Jane Doe. Then we going to also talk about Claressa Shields versus Tesehki. That's a lot right there in itself. We talked about that. Kanye West comes out and says that he slept with his male cousin at the age of 6 or something like that. We'll get into it. DJ Vlad apologizes to the Minister Farrakhan. We gonna get to that. Anthony Edwards text messages revealed of him telling Aisha Howard every which way he could, girl, I don't want nothing to do with you or that baby. Okay, we're gonna get into that. And then Delta had a little engine failure, a little engine fire, and people got the, oh my God, this is so crazy. A little engine fire. Don't get me wrong, all fires are dangerous, but they were just fine. We'll get into that. But y'all get up in here, get the likes up on the video. And shout out to everybody in the building. Lola Duncan, thank you for the super chat. Says, good morning, boo. Today is my birthday. Well, happy birthday, my love. Happy birthday. Now, you know, I want to play this birthday song that'll give you guys an opportunity to get the likes up. But ultimately, y'all, happy birthday to Lola. Drop some cakes in the chat for my girl Lola and everybody and anybody who celebrated and are celebrating a birthday. Y'all come on in. Happy birthday, boo.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lola. I hope you have a wonderful day today, week, month, year, whatever it is you want. And I wish you as many more birthdays as you desire, honey. Y'all get up in here and get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody. We're about to get right into the show. Let me show y'all something, girl. Hold on. Let me share my screen. So, you know, I do my little honorable mentions before we get into the show. Y'all remember Kevin Little? Let me touch you, girl, caress my body. Where my Jamaicans at? You got me going crazy. You turn me on, turn me on. Little brickhead boy. Little brickhead boy out there in Jamaica. Y'all remember that song? Girl, he did a live with, well, not a live, he did an interview with this lady. Look.
Turn me on. Sing the beginning, the opening.
she makes sure she pulls for the hardest part of the song.
Go ahead, sing that part.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me hold you, go caress my body. You got me going crazy. You turn me on, turn me on. Let me jam you. Shannon got me going crazy. She turned me on.
Bullet.
Booyaka, booyaka. That was my jam back in the day, girl. Let me touch. But he had, and I ain't gonna lie, he ain't hold no candle to got somebody. She's a beauty. Very Wayne Wonder. Oh, girl, he ain't messing with Wayne Wonder, but he was like my number 3 or 4. Cause you remember at one time Jamaica had a Diva said he sound horrible. Look, at one point Jamaica had a run. Girl, all we know is Patrick came through. What's that ugly one? With the locks. He came through, a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of them came through, and Jamaica was in here. We was like, where all these Jamaicans coming from, girl? Introducing us to oxtails and things of that nature. It was a time, but see, that new school that came in with Wayne Shaba, that's his name. Mr. Loverman, you know it, Mr. Loverman. How you used to go? Mr. Lover, know he's up tonight. Yeah, that was the OGs of the Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying? When they came through with that new Jamaican sound. But then this class, him, Wayne Wonder, was Sean Paul kind of in the middle? You know, the clear man y'all lied and told us was black, or at least y'all didn't correct and say he wasn't black. Oh yeah, I remember Beanie Man, girl. Everybody, girl. It was a time, but I seen his little brickhead tail self. I'm talking about Kevin Little. And I said, I remember him. Shout out to Jamaica. I have another honorable mention I want to show y'all too. Shout out to Jamaica, bro. It really was a time you had to be there. I remember Elephant Man, Super Cat. Oh, I remember all them. That Wayne Wonder was my boy, though. That was my boy. Now, all the people from New York. See, y'all been on that Jamaican sound. We wasn't on that in the South. We ain't know no Jamaicans in the South. They start coming to Atlanta right before around Katrina, girl. We ain't know them people like that. See, all the people up north, y'all been knew them people. We ain't know them people like that. We only knew the ones that was mainstream, honey. But it was a time you had to be there. You really, really, really had to be there. I want to show y'all another honorable mention before we get into, oh, girl, this one. Let me say this. Shout out to the L's, the G's, the B's, the T's, and the Q's. Shout out. Y'all know y'all my people. Love y'all down to the ground. We have to stop this divide between men and women in our community. We absolutely do. And it's not even necessary for the divide. But here we go again. This LGBTQ community drags Black women for misusing the clock that T gesture. He says, y'all look so stupid. Let me say this. Contrary to what's perceived online, Black women have always been the most supportive to the Black gay community. You see what I'm saying? Like, we really have, sometimes to our detriment. Like, we get so-called straight Black men who literally be like, oh, it's y'all fault, especially the Hebrews. The Hebrews be like, it's y'all fault. Y'all raised the boys to be gay, all that craziness. And we just let it go. We don't even trip. You know what I'm saying? And it's one thing to say, hey, you know, that's our little 1-2 yin yin. And we could be like, oh, okay, cool. But to say that the women, I don't do it. So it don't affect me. It don't affect me. I don't be over here going, clocky. That's for the baddies girls. But I find it funny that it was a way to have an issue with Black women that don't really need to be there. You know what I'm saying? It really don't. It really don't. So basically, because I don't want to say too much, let's get into the video. It says LGBT community is fed up, calling out Black women for stealing their culture with the clock that T or clock it finger tap. They say we're using it wrong, dumb doing it, and look dumb doing it. According to them, the finger pinch came from ballroom culture used as a silent clap during performances when you didn't actually clap. Now, okay, I remember that. I remember seeing that. Now LGBTQ influencers are calling for more gatekeeping, saying they took this from ballroom girls and want y'all to stop playing in our faces. I just want to say this. I can understand the frustration. I can understand the frustration of y'all creating something and then feeling like somebody else coming behind you to take it. I get that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just the way in which it happened and the way in which it was said. You really don't want to create that divide. You really don't. And if we really want to go that far, then we can say what came first, the hen or the chicken. You feel what I'm saying? So the hen or the egg. So I'm saying that to say we've borrowed and leaned on each other for influences on everything. You see what I'm saying? Like a Black feminine man learned his femininity from a Black woman, not from a white woman, not from an African woman, not from an Asian woman, not from a Middle Eastern woman, not from a Hawaiian one. You learn the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourselves. Everything you have comes from a Black woman. So I just find it funny that now we're gatekeeping. You feel what I'm saying? When your whole genesis comes from Black women. Like, don't get me wrong. You take it and you create something different from it, and we here for it, you know, and we love it. A lot of times, you know, we be cool. But you wouldn't be you or have your culture if it were not for you studying and being around a Black woman. So if we're gonna go there, then and I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there at all. But I'm just saying, like, that's not a conversation. You don't have the cards. Like how Trump said, you don't hold the cards. You don't have the cards. You get it? You really don't have the cards. But let's get into what he had to say. And again, sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it, in my opinion. But look, hold on. I thought I had the volume on. Hold on. And he's right. I have seen them do that in ballroom culture.
This does not mean clock that T. I don't know what the fuck this is. This looks like you pitching lint off of a sweater, but this does not mean clock that T.
Can I stop him right quick? You can't do it. If somebody takes something and then recreate it for another meaning, you can't tell them what it means. It may not mean that to you in your culture, but in hood rat culture, it means clock that T. Like you can't, you get it? Okay, let's move on. Sorry.
To whom it may concern, this does not mean. To whom it may concern, this does not mean clock that T. This does not mean clock that T. I don't know what the fuck this is. This looks like you pitching lint off of a sweater, but this does not mean clock that T. And I won't tell you the real meaning because the lack of gatekeeping of ballroom culture is how we got in the situation in the first place. But this shit here, like y'all look so stupid out here talking about clock gatekeeping. Like, bitch, and don't give me that, oh no, it can be interpreted that way or that's the such and such meaning. You cannot stake claim on something that already exists within a culture and assign it a new meaning. It does not work like that. You sound like people when you do that. It does not work like that. And the same shit goes for when straight people be trying to deny the impact that the ballroom community has had on pop and mainstream culture. Even down to like the lingo. Oh, throwing shade, that didn't originate with the ballroom, that didn't originate with the queer. Baby, there is so much literature, videos, and docuseries that date back. To whom it may concern, this does not mean clock that T. This does not mean clock. Date back to the early years of ballroom's inception, where you can clearly see people using those same fucking phrases and terms years and decades ago, like 70s, late 70s. Like there is so much information out there that predate social media, predate Housewives. And don't give me that, oh, Housewives popularized it, baby. Who were they hanging around? Okay, let's go back to those early seasons. Who were the girls hanging around that were giving them that lingo? Like, y'all gotta stop that shit. Y'all almost sound.
Listen, he's not lying. Yes, Nene, them, Kenya, and all those came around with them slangs, but they were hanging around gay men. Miss Lawrence, what's the other one who do hair? Like they were. He's not lying. Dwight, everybody. It was almost like an accessory, and I hate to say it out loud because everybody had a gay guy friend around them. Literally, Nene had Dwight, Kenya had Miss Lawrence, Candy had the other one who do the help, Derek J. Who else? It seemed like everybody had one. And that I don't like. He's right with that as far as where it probably came from. And he's making points. And again, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But let him finish.
Like, when they be like, oh, black people didn't invent braids. The Vikings were wearing braids millions of years. Blah, 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 blah. Y'all sound like it's the fucking same. Date back to the early years of ball.
What's up, y'all? I just have to say something that has been grinding my vote. Please forgive me.
Wait, before we get to him, let me say this about the first guy. I think that's not a great comparison because we're talking about a people who come into a culture with no culture, no background, and literally integrate and infiltrate. That's what we're talking about. Now, you can't compare clear people coming into black culture and then staking claim to something that they don't even have anything to do with versus black women who are the progenitors of your entire culture. Because if you take away the influence of the black woman, there's no shade or clock that tea or fish. None of that exists if you take away the black woman. If you take away the black American woman, every gay man all over the earth emulates black American women. Everyone. I don't care what color, what ethnicity, every single one of them, from their mannerisms to the way that they talk, the way that they walk, the way that they dress, every single one of them emulate black American women. So I think that that's not a good comparison because you're talking about the genesis of your culture and saying that, hey, yeah, you're colonizing or you're stealing a culture that doesn't belong to you, when if it were not for me, you would have no culture. If it were not for me. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, Kelly Nola, that makes sense. She says so essentially we're being called out for intimidating people that were already intimidating us. Okay, exactly. For sure. You put it in a better sentence than I could. Yes. And it's unnecessary. It really is. It really, really is. But I think that this sometimes goes down to the fact that there are some, not all, but there are some gay men, period, who just always have an issue with black women. I watched this old documentary of this lady in, I want to say, was it Detroit? I can't remember, one of those plighted communities, and this lady was getting the whole community together and trying to get everything organized, and it was a black man sitting in the corner that had an issue with her and was talking about, see, you a woman and you shouldn't be leading. And I don't think it have anything to do with sex. I just think sometimes there are some black men who just always gonna have an issue. But like I say, you can't compare those two because we are the genesis. We are the beginning. There's nothing that comes before or after us. Without us, you don't exist. You're just a masculine gay man without us. I'm just saying, without black American women, you're just a masculine gay man. That's it. I'm just saying. Now let's see what this guy has to say. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Here you go. Y'all get the likes up on the video.
Because I'm on a different time zone. I'm in Korea right now. But, I've been seeing people saying, this is clock that tea.
And let me ask you a question. It just dawned on me. Hold the front door. Hold on. Why y'all don't be having that energy for the clear gays who act more like a black woman than y'all a lot of times? Let's back up. Hold up. Wait a minute. It just dawned on me. I see the clear gays that be more flamboyant, more feminine, more black woman, hey girl, than y'all. And y'all don't open y'all mouth. But here y'all come talking to black women about clock this, about this. No, hell no. I don't never see black gay men checking clear gay men. I've never seen it in my life. And again, I don't hang around a bunch of gay men, so maybe I might be wrong. But I'm sorry. It just dawned on me. All the clear gay men who come in and over gay y'all don't never say nothing. What? Why the energy toward us? Shouldn't it be toward the colonizer? But it's a way to, in my opinion, it seemed like a way to punch down. It's the same thing in heterosexual relationships with black men and black women. A lot of black men will take a lot of crap from the clear man down at the job. He take a lot of crap from the clear man at the bank. The clear police officer, he don't open his mouth. But as soon as he come home to the house, here he go punching down on the black woman. You see what I'm saying? It's not a sexuality thing, but it just dawned on me. Don't come when the gay men in the black community start checking the clear gay men for out black woman gaying you, then come back to me and then we'll discuss about this whole situation with black women. Because at least we have some sort of stake in the claim because we are the progenitors of your whole entire culture. The clear gay men come in and colonize the whole shit's not eat, and y'all don't open y'all mouth. When I see you stand up to the clear gay man, then you know what? When you come and look at me, I will have to submit and say, you know what? You're right. But I never see this energy, especially online. I've never seen this energy online where I see a black man calling out the gay black man calling out the gay clear man saying, yo, I really don't appreciate the way y'all just over here. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. So yeah, it just dawned on me. I'm sorry, y'all. And you know what made me think about it? Kelly from the Real Housewives of Atlanta have that clear gay man, and he is extra flamboyant. Girl, talk like a black woman, walk like a black woman, hair like a black woman, everything. And it annoyed me, and I'm not even a gay man. It annoyed me, and I'm not even a gay man. I was even looking like, girl, what is this? So, yeah, when y'all start checking them, then we'll come back and discuss it. But let's get back into it. Sorry about that, y'all. It just dawned on me.
Come on, y'all know this derived from the ballroom culture. Y'all see myself and Naomi do this for 3 continuous years on television. You know, to be honest, like we really popularized that because it's a ballroom community thing. When we showing love, I don't feel like clapping my hands or ruining my palms. I'm gonna do something like this. I've been teaching this for class for so many years, but now I'm seeing people walk around talking about clock that T. No, they took this from the ballroom girls.
I don't know why it's like behind.
I wonder if people know where clock it came from. Like when you go like this and they be like clock it. I wonder if people know where that originated from. Clock it comes from ballroom. The ballroom community, that's where clock it come from. Like when somebody's performing and you don't want to clap, this is what they used to do. This. We used to go like this. Clock it. Like if you don't want to clap, if your hands is tired, you will go like this and say, that's where clock it originated from, the ballroom scene. Just in case if y'all didn't know.
Now, see, I like her. She didn't. It was really mostly the first guy, but I like this person right here. It wasn't disrespectful. It was more or less like, hey, I know. I bet you guys didn't know this is. I have a problem. I don't have any problem. Listen, I don't have a problem with the message itself. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with the message itself. I think it's like I said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. We don't need this divide. We really don't. It comes from ballroom culture. Thank you, ballroom culture. But to sit up there and play us like not this person, but to sit up here and play us like we are stealing or taking something, and maybe they have a right to feel that way. I can't say that they don't. I don't think that was the intent, but ultimately, at the end of the day, as Black women, us understanding our relationship with the gay community, we feel like, you know, if I give birth to a supermodel, you get it. The supermodel get its essence from me. I carried you, nurtured you, fed you. It was something on me that made you the supermodel. So with that being said, shout out to the gay community. No shade. But we gave birth to y'all. Big mama. So we're not going to go there. We're literally not going to go there. Okay. Now let's move on. One more honorable mention before we get into the show, y'all. One more honorable mention. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Let me close this other window because it came out. But I like the last person, the way she explained it. Even the second guy, he wasn't bad too. I think it was the first dude talking about, y'all look so stupid. Y'all look so stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't think that's you don't hold the cards. You just don't. You don't hold the cards, sir. I want to show y'all. So this is another one I want to show y'all. Y'all, I'm all for kids saying the darndest things and kids just being cute and you know what I'm saying, and whoop-de-whoop. But some things we setting our children up for failure and we don't even realize it because a lot of us are trying to make money off our churn. Let's talk about it. This little boy went on the Jennifer Hudson show, an expat girl herself, and she got him sitting up there eating all this food, girl. It's cute, but then it's dangerous because as this young boy, first of all, he seemed like an old soul cute kid. But I feel like it's dangerous a bit because it's just like, girl, y'all don't want to have this boy with serious health issues because y'all want to just, play around with getting ratings. I mean, ain't nobody watching the Jennifer Hudson show, no way. So I guess you have to do something like kids segment. I don't know. But the little kid is over there trying food. He's a cute little kid. Check it out.
Do we have, oh my goodness, we
got a giant stack of pancakes, baby.
Oh, you serious about it? Can we eat it yet? Oh, you putting that on there too? Oh, there you go, Reese. There you go. Yes. What would you rate the dish?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got 10 out of 10, y'all. What do we have here?
We got a breakfast burrito, baby.
Oh, you dipped it in something. I ain't dipped mine. Hold on. Now, what would you rate this dish?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? We're doing all right. We got to have some carrot cake. Have you had carrot cake before?
Nope.
No? How is it?
This is delicious.
You like it?
I love it.
He likes it, y'all. What do we have? Oh my goodness. What do?
I think this is the cutest kid. He's so cute. But I just want to tell you, as a content creator, the most dangerous industry you can get in as a content creator are those mukbangs. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Where the people just I'm guilty because I like watching it, especially if it's and I haven't watched it in a few years, but at one time I was like in it, like, you know what I mean? Like, girl, I used to sit down, especially when I was on a diet. I used to sit down and watch people eat their seafood burrows, girl, and I used to be like this, like I'd be chewing with them sometimes, like. But it's dangerous health-wise. It is the most dangerous. People like literally die at early ages, develop all type of uncurable diseases and all types of other stuff. So to put that, have my child, I would never do that to my child. For like, I would never, ever, I wouldn't even allow my child to sit there and eat like that, let alone put him on TV. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Bubbles Bass said he eat vegetables to keep him healthy. That don't go like that when you eating burritos, stacks of pancakes, and carrot cake. The vegetables ain't gonna work. But no, I just feel like health-wise, it's not a good thing or a good situation for a child to be in. It's gonna end up bad for the child. There's nothing good gonna come out of this for that kid. You know what I mean? And that will be my only take back. Jennifer Hudson is desperate. Like I said, don't nobody watch her videos. Don't nobody care, or whatever the case may be. She's already, you know what I'm saying, just hanging on a whim. Poor Clive Davis done got rid of Whitney Houston thinking she was going to replace him, but he could have asked me and I would have told him that's not going to happen because we don't need another Mahalia Jackson, all that wailing in the wind. You see what I'm saying? So he thought that she was going to come out, ooh, 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 ooh. Girl, we don't hear that ugly ass shit. Yeah, so she over here stooping to having children on here eating food and things of that nature, and it's not going to work, J Hud. You being an ex-big girl, you know this ain't cool, but either way, it don't matter because everybody trying to make their coin and stay relevant. You know what I'm saying? I love Spotlight too. Well, I don't like. It's like she has a voice. She's amazing. She has a great voice, but her voice remind me of what's the boy name? What's the boy name who be saying, baby, when I used to love you, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. I went to the fire for you. The one who be wailing like Mahalia part 2. You know who I'm talking about. Something with John. What his name is? Yeah. I just John Legend. That's his name. That's what I'm talking about. Girl, hold on, y'all. Don't nobody want to hear that. I mean, it's cool when it's cool, but when it's not, girl, don't nobody want to hear that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, literally, nobody wants to hear it. Hold on. I got 2 computers up. I'm doing something, girl. I'm supposed to be working, so I'm double working. But anyway, hold on. Yeah, I'm on a Zoom call and I'm on live. Shh. But anyway, let me make sure I'm muted. Okay, cool. Yeah. So anybody want to hear all that ugly ass shit? So Jennifer Hudson, for you to have this child up here feeding his face, we don't want to hear you. And what's his name? Clive Davis, you got rid of Whitney for no reason because we will never, ever feel like she can replace or even hold a candle to the late great Whitney Monique Houston. Okay. Do not play with Whitney, okay? Now let's move on. Oh, I got one more. Now this one gonna make y'all mad, but it's the truth. And if the truth don't hurt, then it ain't the truth. Hold on, let me show y'all something. This Asian dude talked about American economy, and he talked about how America blames Asia on its economy, on our economy. And he basically telling us the truth, baby. It ain't our fault. Y'all government playing in y'all fees. And he ain't lying. And we're going to get into the show after this. Y'all check it out.
Saying, you guys are all blaming China. You're blaming us, but it's really your own fault. And America now needs a revolution.
They rob you blind and you thank them for it. Mm-hmm. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs ship your job to China, not for diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit cheap laborers. And in the process, they hollowed out your middle class, crushed your working class, and told you to be proud while they sold your future for profit. And yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty, fund healthcare, raise living standard. We reinvested in our people. My family also benefited from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, mansions with golf course driveways. They manipulate the market, dodged tax, and poured billions into endless wars. And you get stagnated wages, crippling healthcare costs, cheap dopamine, debt, and flagged wave poverty made in China while they pick your pocket. For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs fit your lies while they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Now they blame China for mess they made. I don't think so. I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take your country back. I think you need a revolution.
Now he has a point saying, you guys are all blaming China. You're
Now, I ain't gonna lie. Outside of him sounding like he's trying to incite a riot, he's right. Americans, we have literally aided and abetted in our own failure. We get so hung up on being fans of people, and these are political people, so-called historic figures. We get so emotionally charged about these people that we don't even see how they play in our face. The hard truth is, most of the people that you revere now and in history have contributed to your demise, and you don't even care to even dig into it because you don't want to hurt your own feelings. All your presidents, all the ones you love and the ones you hate, they all contributed to your demise. All your black, most of your black so-called historic heroes have all contributed to your demise. Martin Luther King, aka Mike, is the main reason why you don't own nothing economically or dependent. If it were not for Martin Luther King and that civil rights movement, you would have your own stores, you would have your own hospitals, you would still have your own schools, you would still have your own businesses, your own land, all of that stuff. But because you've been indoctrinated from the beginning of time to make you believe that this person was just the greatest thing since sliced bread, me saying it is really pissing you off right now, but it's the God's honest truth. Prior to the civil rights movement, you were economically independent. Right afterwards, they've been moving you into ghettos, taking your land, closing down your businesses. Now, if you don't go work for the clear man, you're starving, you die. Whereas before, economically, your money was going and siphoning through your own communities. But you don't want to hear that because the people told you in school in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade at the Martin Luther King parade or at the Martin Luther King play that he was the best thing since sliced bread. And they play in your face every day. Every ghetto, every hood where they take a whole bunch of Negroes and put them all together and watch them kill each other, watch them get drunk and have all these horrible things happen to each other. What's the name of the street? What's the name of the streets for all the hoods where all the derogatory, negative, disgusting, cancer, disgustingly bad, negative things happen? What's the name of the street? What's the main street in these hoods? They play in your face every day. They play in your face every day. A big old eyesore, a big old reminder to tell you, to show you, ha, nanny, boo, boo, we used your own to play, you dummy. And then turn around and gaslight you and turn around and say, but Martin Luther King was one of our great historians. He was one of our great leaders of our time. Y'all ain't caught up yet. So he's right. He didn't say nothing wrong. Like I say, other than inciting a riot, yeah. He didn't say nothing wrong. He didn't say nothing wrong. And Martin Luther King is just one of them. All your NAACP, all your what's your boy name? W.E.B. Du Bois. What's the other one? Meatball, Marcus Garvey, Frederick Douglass. They all sold you down the hill, and you don't even catch the tease. Cause the elementary school lady told you that they was the best thing since sliced bread. But carry on. Anyways, and again, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying none of these people never did great things or good things for black people, but the bad outweighed the good. Okay, but these are the facts. The only one to this day in 2025 we have yet to find any type of nefarious activities that came up on that I've seen is only one: the great brother Malcolm X. Everybody else, if you do enough digging, you'll find out they played in your face. I promise you. If you do enough digging, you'll find they played in your face. I'm just saying. But not to hear nothing. I just wanted to add that too. So let's get to the show. Y'all know I told y'all I'm on Zoom and I'm on live. So if I look over like this, I'm just trying to see something. You feel what I'm saying? Now let's move on. Girl, let's go get DJ Vlad since we on people playing in our face. Since we on people playing in our face, let's go get DJ Vlad. Now, y'all remember DJ Vlad had came out and was saying disparaging things about Minister Farrakhan. And to be completely honest, I'm going to be completely honest, y'all. I don't give a damn about Farrakhan. I don't. I would be lying if I sat up here and told you I did. I could care less about Farrakhan. In my opinion, he was hating on Malcolm X, and basically he swindled his way into the nation or back into the nation. And he has sold the nation out since. So I don't care about Minister Farrakhan. I'm from the South where the people worship white Jesus. We didn't give a damn about no Minister Farrakhan, by and large. My folks went down to the church house and said, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. Oh, Lord, I bleed the blood of Jesus. So we didn't come from that culture. So I don't have nothing for that Minister Farrakhan. You get it? I'm just saying, I'm not from New York and Philly and Detroit, in Jersey, where y'all be up there, assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, and all of that, girl. We don't even eat salami in the South. I'm just saying. But anyway, let's move on. So, DJ Vlad said some disparaging things, right, about the Minister Farrakhan, and because he's clear and I don't like him, I was on Farrakhan's side. You feel what I'm saying? So I was just like, yeah, you clear devil. You should apologize to the minister. Now, do I really care about him apologizing to the minister? No, but it was the principle at the time. You had to be there. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, so ever since then, his platform was like slowly declining. Remember, Godfrey used to be over there. Lord Jamar used to be over there. A lot of them used to be over there. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of his content started declining, and then it took a real dive when a lot of other black content creators came on YouTube and stole his juju. We got Art of Dialogue. We got the Blue Couch. We got Real Life Street Stars. Is that the Blue Couch people? We got a whole bunch of people that came in and started taking his shine. Okay, so now fast forward, for some odd reason, mind you, when they first told him to apologize, he straight up looked Negroes in the eyes and said, I ain't doing a damn thing. What's up? They even said, but Vlad, if we say something about your people, you know, the orange juice people, y'all will have us on all type of apology tours. Vlad, you don't think that you should apologize for saying those disparaging things about the minister? And he said, hell no. And look niggas dead in their eyes and was like, you can kiss the whitest part of my ass. You feel me? So anyway, long story short, after seeing the decline, he'll never say that. But after seeing a huge decline, I think he needs the Negroes back in his good graces. So he's decided recently to go and apologize to the minister. But guess what? On behalf of the minister, and I know I can't speak on his behalf, but on behalf of the Negroes, I'm going to speak on behalf of the Negroes. Too late, nigga. We don't want it. You're done. You're done. You're done. We would never give you grace for what you said. And I don't even remember what he said, but still, I remember being mad. Okay? Now let's get into it. Hold on. I thought I had the volume on. I forgot what he said. It was something. I think he was saying that Louis Farrakhan was anti-Semitic or something. It was something crazy. I can't remember.
To Minister Farrakhan for misquoting him back in 2020. Period.
There you go.
No ifs, but, or anything else like that. Point blank, period. This is what I'm doing on your show.
Now that's honorable.
Thank you.
That's honorable.
And also, let me just say,
Willie D been doing a little bit bootlicking, ain't he? I don't watch a lot of Willie D, but sometimes when I do be seeing the clips of Willie D, he be giving me a little bit of bootlicking tease. I don't know. I don't watch enough for him to say if he is or not. I know you have a huge platform, but every time it's somebody that the black community done got together and said, we done. Here come Willie D. Is it me? Maybe it's just me.
this was not a decision based on pressure by anybody, by financial duress. It's not like I have to do this in order to turn the company around. The company's been doing fine all these years. It's not because I'm trying to get to a certain guest and by doing this and so forth. No, there's no reason behind this except for it's the right thing to do, right? Like, I've never heard of Farrakhan saying something that triggered violence or triggered economic catastrophes or anything else like that. He said what he said. Some people, accept it. Some people don't. But ultimately, I've never heard of the Jewish community being hurt by Farrakhan's words. So to sit there and say, I despise this person and everything he does is out the window when you look at what he's actually done for his own community, you can't deny it. And that was the reason why I was interviewing NOI people. This is the reason why I had a relationship with certain people at NOI. I hired them for security and so forth. It was a respectful relationship until this happened.
Yeah.
I'd like to apologize to Minister Farrakhan.
We don't care, Mr. Clear. We don't care. Okay? And he kind of told on himself. Oh, I used to hire them for my security. Yeah, because you want Negroes to protect it. No, we don't care. We really, truly, honestly do not care. Wait, somebody said something I wanted to touch on because I saw my boy name up here. Miss Vanessa says the way he denounced Khalid Muhammad to his death, I don't know how he called Farrakhan anti-Semitic. You know what's crazy? Rest in peace to the great brother Khalid Muhammad. Rest in peace. But you know, the orange juice people love using that anti-term to brutalize other people. They just use it to brutalize other people. That's it. That's all. Girl, bye. Yeah. What's his name? What's the boy name right here? DJ Vlad, go lay down. We don't accept. We don't accept at all. We don't accept. Go back to whatever you was doing. You've been culture vulturing off of us since the beginning of time. Go back wherever you came from. Crawl into whatever cave you came out of. And these are the facts. There's so much I could say. But let me try to say it without being so bold. And the ones who get it will catch it. There's a group of people who are cosplaying another group of people and are so afraid of losing that cosplay activity that they come up with terms to use to villainize the real group of people who that term belonged to. That's why there's an ish at the end of their name. It's just so much I can say. You feel what I'm saying? But that group of people have been using that anti-word to shield them from being outed and shown to be polar opposite of the people they claim to be. And the time is running out. And they know it. So it's going to be a lot of stuff happening. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, no, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. And to be completely honest, the only black people that works on is people who have a lot of money that comes straight from that group of people because they have to, tread light in different lines and all that stuff. Yeah, we don't care, Vlad. No, we're not accepting your apology. Go carry your clear ass somewhere, jump in a pool of milk or something. I don't know. Go jump in some snow or something. We don't care. We're not accepting your apology. And honestly, the only reason I say Willie D be sometimes bootlicking is because this ain't the first person I've seen on his platform that should have been on there. Why are we giving DJ Vlad any platforms? I'm sorry. If his platform is doing so well, he could have did the exact same thing from his own platform, but y'all don't catch the tease. Y'all so struck behind people, y'all don't catch the tease. If Vlad's platform was doing as well as he claimed it was, he didn't have to go to DJ Willie D, and not DJ. He didn't have to go to Willie D's platform and do this. He could have did it from his own. But he knows that he's not going to get the ear of you. And that's why he went to Willie D. And in my opinion, I think that we should cease doing this. We have to stop doing this. Stop platforming these people. Once to be completely honest, I say stop platforming them all together. But let's say you platforming them, once the disrespect happens, you're cut off. Ain't no coming back. Part of the reason why we in the situation we is because we always inviting people to the cookout. You niggas ain't caught on yet. They robbing you at your own cookout, dummy. Let's move on. Because I'm gonna get mad. Let's move on. Let's get into Delta Airlines real quick. let's get into Delta Airlines real quick. So Delta Airlines had a little engine fire or whatever, and people started panicking. It'll be just fine, I promise you, Fed. It's not this deep. So an engine must have blew or something, or engine had a little failure, or whatever the case may be. And the people are like, oh my God, these planes. It happens. I told y'all that's what I do for a living for now. So I know all about this stuff. It happens. It's all right. So the people was jumping out the sides, jumping off the slide, and everybody's like, oh my God, all these planes are happening. It was a little engine failure. It's all right. Let's get into it. Don't panic. Y'all still get on the planes, child. And if you don't want to get on a plane, drive. Hell, let's get into it.
News from Orlando International Airport, where we just got some video into our newsroom showing a Delta airline jet catching fire on the tarmac just before noon. That plane was successfully evacuated with no major injuries. 200 customers on the flight, we're told, were taken back to the terminal and will be given food and beverages, according to Delta. We are keeping track of the latest on this breaking story right here on News 6 and on clickorlando.com. We have a crew headed out there right now to cover that breaking news. But in the last few minutes, the FAA confirmed the flight was bound for Atlanta from Orlando and confirmed that that plane was an Airbus A330. In a statement to News 6, Delta said, quote, we appreciate our customers' appreciation, cooperation, and apologize for the experience. Nothing's more important than safety, and Delta teams will work to get our customers to their final destinations as soon as possible, end quote. Breaking news from Orlando International Airport, where we just got some...
All right, so there you go. I think those planes have 6 engines, or 6, or I don't remember. I think they got like 6 engines, I think. So one of the engines blew, little fire, whoop-de-whoop. You feel what I'm saying? It didn't take off. So this happened, at the terminal, whatever the case may be, or at least on the ground. The people slid down the slide. They all right. It happens more than you know. Now, granted, most of them don't catch a fire. Typically, engines blow and they don't tell you. They'll say, oh, it's a maintenance issue. Oh, the flight's delayed due to a maintenance issue. It happens. I promise you, it ain't nothing to be freaking out about. Engines blow. It is what it is. As soon as I saw it and saw where the fire was coming from, I was like, yeah, that's an engine failure, engine blow or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You'll be all right. Now, if you sit up there talking about you ain't catching that flight, you capping, because you ain't about to drive 12 hours to that next destination. If you're really serious about it, don't fly no more. Yeah, let's talk about it. If you're really serious about it, don't fly no more. Drive everywhere you want to go. Now, it's cool. I was bringing this to y'all to tell y'all, again, nobody wants to be on a plane and see nothing on fire. That's scary within itself. But ultimately, yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Tina used to say, but voodoo. I'm just saying. It happens more than you know. A lot of times y'all flight be delayed for maintenance. It be stuff like that going on. Unfairly Jamaican. Thank you for the super chat. Says, until you see Harvard is suing Trump, LMAO. No, I didn't see it. I have to look into it. Thank you, though. I'll look into it. Meal S, thank you for the super chat. I finally got my Google Pay together. I'm Acorn officially. Been following you for a while. I can finally send a little coin here and there. LOL. Well, thank you, Meal S. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Get the likes up on the video. Aisha, thank you for the super chat. Says, I believe some black men, regardless of sexual orientation, want proximity to white men. That's why they don't check the clears. Absolutely. There are some black men, and it's straight, gay, trans. It don't matter. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think they got black people that are like that, period. But, and my thing is this, because even in the gay community, I've seen where they spoke about how, a lot of those, when they get on, they go get clear men. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I ain't even tripping. Stop coming back and punching down on us, bro. We ain't your enemy. Black women are not gay men enemy. I promise you. We are not your enemy. And they know that. I think it's just a very few of them. But anyway, let's move on. I want to get into Claressa Shields and Tesehki really quickly. So Tesehki, let me say this. I did the review. Shout out to me. Go over to the Dollhouse Reacts if you want to catch that review. I'm not reading the comments because I already know how y'all is. Don't want to have nothing to do with it. Yeah, because y'all gonna be mad at my take because I'm not on the side of the popular vote and I don't care. So I'm not gonna read the comments. However, because y'all be trying to drag me in the comments and I don't feel like being dragged. Why would I go somewhere where I know I'm about to get beat up? You see what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Why go somewhere where I know I'm about to get jumped? Would you go somewhere if somebody said come around the corner and it's 1,300 people and they said we ain't gonna jump you? Is you going around the corner? No. So why would I go around the corner and I know 1,300 people waiting to jump me? Like, no, I'm not reading the comments. So it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, y'all trying to jump me when I come in there. Not gonna do it. But anyway. So yeah, so this is what's been going on because we spoke about this before, and I think that people are missing the point. So Claressa Shields, a boxer, world champion. Let's really be clear about that. World champion boxer. She came out. She had a movie thing going on CNN, not CNN. What do you call it? Netflix and all that stuff. And all types of stuff. So what happened was she seen Tesehki on Baddies. At least that's when I saw her. She saw Tesehki on Baddies. Tesehki talking about I eat. And she called Tesehki out for a fight because she felt like Tesehki, you fighting people that's not as skilled as you, come fight a real boxer. Now, I think originally when it happened, I think it was more or less trying to get clout and get her name in the algorithm because this when we was first finding out about Claressa. Do I think she would have really fought Tesehki? Probably not because she had real fights going on at the time. But I think eventually probably. But then Tesehki fans, from what I remember, Tesehki's fans started going over to the girl comments all the time, talking about Tesehki will beat you. You ain't this, that, and the third. You need to you tried it with Tesehki. The point I'm making is a lot of times the fans will start the mess. The fans will start the mess. Okay. So in the midst of that, she called out Tesehki. I think she called out Ivory too. She called out a bunch of them girls because she felt like the girls that y'all fighting anyway ain't really no heavy hitters. You see what I'm saying? Since y'all want to be the quote unquote bullies, come over here and get a real heavy hitter. Now, this is my thing. Ivory, bully. That's why I've never really seen it for Ivory. From day one coming on that doggone show, she bullied, she tried to bully Big Lex. And that's why to this day, I don't care what nobody say, I'm team Big Lex. Because she did not expect that light-skinned tall girl to give her and run for her money and wheel her and roll her around like a meatball. Y'all seem to forget. See, this is the thing. And I get it because I watch reality TV as well. A lot of times people don't understand that people go from episode to episode, and that's why their minds change so much. I remember day one, she came on there calling herself trying to bully them girls on that bus, and Big Lex rolled her like a meatball, as she should. So from then on, Big Lex was the underdog, and I've been a team Big Lex ever since. You feel what I'm saying? And and Big Lex done dragged her a couple of times after that. So I'm not really crazy about that. But also, Big Lex don't start no fights. Neither does Tesehki. I'll give her that. Tesehki don't start no fights neither. Big Lex don't start no fights. I think my only problem with Tesehki is the choice and the choosing of the fights that she's had. Other than E.T., I feel like her fighting Diamond the Body was pointless. We know she was going to be Diamond the Body. Bad Dolly, we know she was going to be Bad Dolly. Who else she fought? E.T. was the only one I was like, yeah. January and March should have got their ass whipped because they jumped her. There's no, I'm not giving them no passes. January and March, they got the ass whipping they deserved and probably more. So I'm not counting them. But I feel like the choosing of the people that she be fighting, in my opinion, is just like, girl, why even fight? You see what I'm saying? These girls, when you know they don't, you're going to beat them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even that big of a deal. And then when she gets in the ring, and it may be me, but it seemed like she gets real boastful. Like, I ate. And it's like, yeah, you do eat, but you're not really eating no real opponents, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, I felt like when Ivory and Big Lex came to, well, not Big Lex, because she didn't even know about Big Lex. But let's say Ivory. You know Ivory coming up, right? You are the reigning bitch, you know I eat champ. You feel what I'm saying? I felt like the only other fight that should have been on your mind, if anybody had any issues, should have been Ivory. Because Ivory is the reigning champ coming from Now That's TV. So I felt like that should have been your yay if you really outside like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you didn't do that. She went and hurry up and tried to be friends with Ivory. And I didn't respect that. I'm going to be honest. I didn't respect that. You hurry up and went and befriended that girl. For why? And Big Lex. And I don't even think she befriended Big Lex, but she stayed out of Big Lex's way. But yet and still, here you go fighting these other girls. So now professional boxers saw you and was like, what's up? And now it's, oh, well, I ain't trained and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And people going in on Claressa Shields, but that's what she does for a living. She is a boxer, ma'am and sir. Boxers call people out. Now, should she be calling out a person who's not a boxer like her? Probably not. But ultimately, like, it is what it is. Like, how y'all mad at her for doing what she does, which is fight? Anyway, so she calls out Tesehki. Tesehki didn't too particularly like that. And Tesehki was like, girl, I'm not bothering you. And girl, Claressa Shields came back with another video and said Tesehki don't need to be fighting nobody. What she need is rehab. And I see, Nigga said, she said, where your friends? Because my friends would have had me at the rehab place. She said, that's what you need to be doing, going to rehab. I said, ooh. Now, Tesehki has fought girls for less. Let's get into it. And we're going to get into Tesehki response too.
My sister. And people ask me, do I think I can beat her in a fight? I said, do I think or do I know? She needs to be checking her fans and not checking me or trying to clock my teeth, talking about some she used to like me. Girl, you never came to a fight. You never said congrats on the motherfucking world championship. You never mentioned me in a good light. So no, you did not ever like me. And that doesn't matter to me. But to sit here and say you can whoop some ass and you out here popping pills and doing everything you're doing, you're not going to whoop nobody ass. You need to go to rehab and get that shit out your system. You need help. Your friends need to help you. If I was out here popping pills, my friends would take me to the motherfucking rehab. They'd tie my black ass up, and walk me straight in that motherfucker and say, hey, don't let her out till she's clean. There you go. There you go. Krishan's sister. And there you go. That's what you need. You need rehab. You don't need to be talking about fighting no motherfucking body. You need to wrap it up. You need to quit fighting. You know, I know you knocking out girls' teeth and shit like that on a little show or whatever. Hey, good for you. I am not them. I promise you I'm not them. So take that shit on somewhere else. Go on now. Cause I'm quick to offer a bitch 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 just to whip my ass. You whip my ass, I throw you that money. Hey, you know I'm quick. You know I'm quick. Y'all just be hypothetically speaking. Would've, could've, should've, but can't. There you go. That's what you need. You need rehab. You don't need to be talking about fighting no motherfucking body. You need to wrap it up. You need to quit fighting. Natalie wanted me to come on her little baddie show, and I told her, like, yeah, I will come on there, but you gotta have all your girls sign a paper that if we get into a fight, you know, that if I cause damage to them, that they can't sue me. She said,
Natalie is a dirty bitch. Let me tell y'all something. If Natalie was trying to get that girl on baddies, you got to know Natalie wanted her to fight Tesehki, right? You got to know that was the whole purpose. She wouldn't have had Claressa on there to fight nobody except Tesehki. And she would have blindsided Tesehki down to the ground. I'm telling you, Natalie is a dirty girl. Natalie Chin Up Nunn is a dirty girl. Natalie would have had that girl pop up on Tesheki. They'd have put it in their new contract. You know them heifers don't read. They just signing to get their coin. They would have put it in the new contract that if any injury happened by any new guest, you can't do nothing about it. Them heifers wouldn't have read none of that. And she would have popped up Claressa on there and let Claressa break Tesheki face. I promise. Natalie is a dirty girl. Natalie is very dirty. Very, very dirty. When she said Natalie asked me to be on there, but I asked her to have the girl sign a little something, I said, yeah, Natalie ain't worth a dime. Natalie ain't worth a dime.
Said, okay, she'll work on it. She came back and said, oh, I can't do it. And I said, why not? She said, because it's reality TV. And they don't let us do stuff. I said, well, I can't come on your show because I tell you what, if any of them girls put their hands on me, I'm going to kick some ass. I told her, I said, but I don't want to get sued for having to kick no ass though. So, all right, I guess I won't be on there. And that's just what I said. And she was like, oh, I wish you could have came. I said, I come here and teach a boxing class though. I told her that. What the hell? Okay. Listen, I'm not kissing her. That's why I didn't go on there. Them girls is like some weird daredevils. Natalie wanted me to come on
and put up on Twitter and gonna say,
not some weird daredevils. Hey, her saying that Tesheki need to go to rehab, I ain't gonna lie. Tesheki did look high as the cost of living when she was over there wigging out on Bad Dolly. She did. You feel what I'm saying? But ultimately, she said a lot. And I don't care what y'all say. Y'all delusional if y'all think Tesheki could get in the ring with that girl. I don't care if Tesheki took a year worth of training. A year's worth of... Because Tesheki could train for 2 years. You a new age fool if you think Tesheki could get in the ring with that girl. Right, Mims? Tesheki and Krishan both a little touched. And we're about to figure this out. Because this doesn't make any sense. Like, they really got people in there saying, well, if Tesheki get training and stop smoking, then she could... No, she can't. No, she can't. No, she can't. Y'all is crazy. Y'all is crazy. Wait, let's get into what Tesheki said on the Jason Lee show.
I fight Tesheki or Ivy. One thing about me, you'll fight me, but I'm gonna train the same way you're gonna train. And I will beat the fuck out of her. Because what she got so amped up off of is from drugs and alcohol. Like, no training. This is just natural. Bitch, you train every day. Let me do your training you doing, and let me not be off that weed and poppers. Bitch, I'm the motherfucking champion around this bitch. I liked her from what I seen. Like, oh, she a champion. She got hands. She come from shit. Motherfuckers that she came up with. Like, I felt for her. But the fact that she gonna come for a bitch that's just like her, suck my
social
dick.
Media. Suck your dick.
Suck my dick. And snip a popper, hoe. And put up on Twitter and gonna say,
can women stop saying suck my dick? Because you don't have one. And it's so weird when I hear them say it. But not the hint there. Tesheki, they must have popped you. You must have took a pop before you came on here and said that. You had to take a popper. I don't even know what a popper is. But you really must have took a popper. Poppers are pills? Oh, okay. She had to pop one and pop a popper before she came on here and said if she trained like her, that she gonna be. But again, remember what Walter said about Nita other churn? He said all of them crack babies except me. I'm starting to figure out that's what it is over there with the Malone churn. I think they all crack babies because Tesheki is talking crazy right now. Tesheki talking crazy. Yeah, Lady Lavish, that papa gonna get a pop. That Tesheki is talking hella crazy, right? Girl, are you insane? Are you okay? That girl said, give me the training she have, and I'm the champion all day. The champion of what? She probably didn't mean it. Let's go with that. She didn't mean it. But Claressa Shields said, baby, you need to be going to rehab. You don't need to be talking about fighting. And she said it with her chest too. So now let's get into Tesheki's response again to Claressa Shields as far as her saying she need to go to rehab. Check it out, girl. Listen, the Malone children are touched. I don't know if that's the correct word given the alleged past, but girl, something wrong with them people.
I seen the Claressa shawty come up in the comments. Talking. I don't like when people talk over me. or try to talk to me. So, like if me and you talking, and right now like this, and Lanaya just start talking to me, I'm going to completely ignore her. Although I'm hearing everything she said, I'm not going to respond to her until I'm ready, because I think that it was rude that she was talking to me. So while I was talking to my favorite supporters on this live, go to say that, I was talking about the fight. I seen the Claressa Shields come up in the comments. She's talking about what's up. Bitch, get out my face. What is you talking about what's up? I told you, seen what I said? If I train, you want to fight me and get up in the ring with me off of baddies. What I did to a bitch in the 5-second clip. Off of, like, I'm a smoker. Baby, I smoke down. I party down. Like, I'm at work. I'm at work every weekend, baby. You're thugging. So that's me. That's what I do off of all of that. I seen the Claressa Shields come up in the comments. Talking. I don't like when people talk over me. Imagine if I start, and I said this for your silly ass before. Imagine if I trained properly and I was an actual professional boxer, not a baddie, not an artist. I was a boxer. I said it 2 weeks ago. I said it a month ago. I said what I said. And when I say this, I'm not trying to. A lot of people be saying, "Oh, you trying to be cocky, you be humble." I literally get my humbleness from God. Like, God says something, he means it. You guys read the word of God? I really mean what I said. Like, you ain't acting with me. And that was just, I was just like, do that. But at the end of the day, imagine if I start.
At this point, set it up. Yeah. At this point, set it up. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and get you a year's worth of training and set it up. But Tesehki, you talking crazy. Let me tell you something. Tesehki don't really want to fight that girl. Tesehki don't even want to fight Ivory or Big Legs. Stop with the cap. If you get a training like hers and I smoke down, and if I get a year's worth of training, no, you won't. No, you won't. You're lying. You're lying to you. You're lying to us. And I don't like being lied to. And I feel like the whole family full of liars. You're lying. You're lying. You won't stand 5 minutes in the ring with Claressa Shields. And this is the gag. Don't say, oh, I don't need to humble myself, because it's not about being humble. It's about being smart. That is a skilled, professional, Olympic medal winning, trained boxer. You fight in the hood. You fight in the hood. And you really gonna get on here. Listen to me and listen to me. And you really gonna get on here and say that you could really stand next to this girl. You are delusional. Something is wrong with you. Something is really wrong with you. Like, it's one thing to lie to you, but when you get on here and start lying to us, you act crazy. Listen, I won't take you seriously, Tesehki, until you get into a ring with a real heavy hitter over there at Baddies or somewhere else. Other than that, we don't, the regular average girl, we don't care. I'm telling you, I think they all crack babies. I think they all crack babies. I think they all crack babies. Girl, and the way you was looking on that reunion, that wasn't no weed make you do that. That weed don't make you go, I eat, let me go, get me out of here. That bitch turned into the Incredible Hulk. Girl, please, that ain't no weed, bitch. That ain't no weed. I done been around a lot of weed in my day. And I ain't never smoked no weed. Make me go like that and get the acting crazy. You done lost your mind. That ain't no weed. Now, I'm not saying what it is. I'm just telling you that ain't no weed. Weed is a downer. Weed make you relax like, oh, yeah, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Weed don't make you want to jump off the bridge and fall on somebody's head. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's get into, do I even have those texts? I think I do. I want to really quickly, because this ain't going to take long. I want to really quickly go to, wait, while I'm on here, let's get Kanye out the way. So, girl, Kanye came out and said that he slept with his male cousin as a teenager. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, this explains a lot. I don't know. Let's get into it. Post shared to Kanye West's X account alleges he was intimate with his male cousin as a teenager. A post from Kanye West's X account alleged that the rapper had a S relationship with his male cousin, who is now incarcerated during his teenage years. The post also included a song titled Cousins, with lyrics seemingly hinted at the alleged encounter. Okay, so this is Kanye West. He said he had a relationship with his male cousin. Now, let me say this before we get into it. Do y'all recall when Kenya Moore said she had went on one date with Kanye and he had an addiction to PORN, and she saw him in the mirror? Like he went upstairs to the crib and she went upstairs to see where he was, and he was standing in front of the TV beating a drum. You see what I'm saying? If this is true and if this is what he posted and this is him, that would make sense. It would literally line up with this. Okay, so here are some of the lyrics. It says, the song is called Cousins, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life, beating a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at whatever magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, if I felt it was my fault that I showed him those magazines when he was 6 and then acted out when what we saw. My dad had Playboy, I guess, magazines, but the magazines I found on top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I effed my cousin blank till I was 14 years old. Tweet sent. Okay. Well, the song is trash. Let's start there. The song is trash. Now, I think people took a little bit of this out of context. He said he showed his cousin a magazine at 6, but he didn't say that's when they started physically having a situation. A lot of people are like, oh, he's admitting to being with his a 6-year-old cousin and he was a teenager and da 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 da. That's not what that was. You got to read for context. He just said that basically that's what happened. Now, I don't condone this. I think this is sick. I think it's disgusting. I think that something could have possibly happened. I don't know. But Kanye has been wigging out lately. Some people say it's AI. Some people say it's real. It could be real. You know, he have his episodes. I don't know, but it would make sense. It would literally make all the sense in the world. And the reason I'm saying that is because Ye has always been very weird as it pertains to, like, especially if you look at recently with his new wife. Well, the last wife, the clear one, who he have parading around naked, it's almost like that don't even excite him no more. Like it seems to me, I don't know him personally, but it seems to me his sexcapades and his appetite is much different from the average person's. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it will be right on brand for everything we've been seeing thus far. It literally would be right on brand. Now, why he would come out here and say this, I have no idea. Maybe he's just trying to clear his conscience. I don't know. Maybe he is trying to go viral. I don't know. But I've always been very suspectful of very hypersexual people, men or women. If they extra hyper, it's always been like, dang, girl, like I mean, don't get me wrong, we all enjoy a little whoop every now and again, but dang, girl, like, you know, dang, man, like what's tea? I've always felt like that. But anyway, that was Kanye West coming out. Now Boosie Boo had came out. Wait, I think I got Boosie's tweet. Boosie had came out and said, wait, hold on, girl. First of all, Boosie about to have his baby too. So y'all, if y'all care, congratulations to Boosie. But Boosie about to have his baby. But Boosie responded to Ye coming out saying all that. And look what Boosie said. Boosie said, damn, Kanye, I feel bad for this dude. This dude been through some bruh. The rants make sense now. This man been sucking D as a child. This is not funny. He's been sucking D as a child. Shake my head. His mind effed up. I hate him having to go through this as a child. This man coming for any and everybody with rapture. Whoever wronged him in their trouble. Whoever wronged him they in trouble. So yeah, nigganomics. So yeah, he said that basically he feel bad because Kanye been sucking D for since he was a child. And then ASAP Ferg came and said, good for Kanye West. Now you can be whole. When people start to act out, you know the root of the issue. Sending love, brother. You're a goat or whatever. That's what ASAP Ferg said. So people was reaching out and saying a couple of things. What are we to do with this information? That's another question. What are we to do with this information? Okay, Kanye was over there playing kissing cousins with a boy cousin. What do you want us to do with it? What are we to do with that? I don't quite know what like now what? I guess. So I guess if I didn't know what it was for. Now y'all may not know. I don't know, but that's what Kanye came out and said. I told y'all Hollywood is a very dark place. Y'all don't be believing me. Y'all don't be believing me. I told y'all. I know what I said when I said it. I was there when I said it. Hollywood is an extremely dark place. I know what I said. I said, hey, bro. I said, them people in Hollywood be on some real freaky, crazy stuff. Okay? And y'all was like, well, but video, but we like this one and we like that one. And what are you talking about? And da-da-da-da-da. Girl, them people is crazy out there in Hollywood. Now listen to what I'm telling you now. I know what I'm talking about. So it wouldn't surprise me. And guess what? You ain't the only one. Your faves probably around here doing all type of stuff or done did all type of stuff, but y'all don't want to have that conversation, dude. Y'all don't want to talk about that, dude. Y'all want to sweep that under the rug. Yup. Yeah. Let's get on Anthony Davis. What's his name? Anthony Edwards. There's too many Anthony's. Anthony Edwards. Let's get on Anthony Edwards. So Anthony Edwards, you know, he had the baby with the girl, Aisha Howard. And the more she goes live, I see why he don't want nothing to do with her. I don't see why he don't want anything to do with the child, but I see why he don't want nothing to do with her. She's annoying. She's self-centered. She's one of those people who care more. She seems to be one of those people who care more about herself than anybody else. And there were some text messages that came through basically where he was telling her in every which way he could possibly tell her, girl, I don't want you. I don't want nothing to do with that baby. I don't want nothing to do with this. And people giving him crap, and I'm giving him crap too, because at the end of the day, you were irresponsible and you made a child. And I feel like as a parent, that you making a child, you should have been responsible for said child. Period. Point blank. Okay. But still, he out here wilding out, doing whatever it is he want to do, saying that he don't care. And again, he told her many times, but I tell black women this all the time. Whenever a man tells you he don't want a baby, believe him. Believe him. If a man tells you he don't want a baby, believe him. Not only do you need to believe him, also moving forward, if said man decides to be a deadbeat, you have to be prepared to be the sole provider and the sole caretaker of said baby. I get it as a black woman, as a person who was a single parent, it's messed up, it's jacked up, it is what it is. But listen, mama's babies, daddy's maybes, okay? Now that will be the situation going on with Aisha Howard. You can't make somebody be present in another person's life. You just can't. You can't, okay? It sucks. It's wrong. Punishment will be had. He will have to atone for them sins, but that ain't gonna come through you, baby mama. That's gonna come through the child and through the Most High. He will atone for that. However, when a nigga tell you I don't want nothing to do with that child, please leave me alone about that child. Okay, he said what he said. If you don't want to be a single mother, then there's options for you as well. Now, I gave y'all the options. Okay, now moving forward. People goes down to the game and they heckle the guy, all types of stuff. And I wanted to show y'all, let me tell y'all this too. I don't believe that hecklers should be able to say whatever they want to players, and players can't say nothing back. Now, granted, he did a little gesture, grabbing his little junk, or whatever the case may be, and it probably was a little bit far, but you can't hit me, then be mad when I punch you in your face and knock you in your shit. Okay, so they were heckling him like they always do, like they've been doing since Aisha Howard came out with this baby. They've been heckling him at the games, and he responded. Oh, and by the way, let me also state this. What we're not going to do is absolve Aisha Howard from responsibility in this as well. Because just like he could have used protection, she could have forced him to use protection, or she could have got up, but she didn't. They both are equally responsible for whatever happens moving forward. Do you hear me? She don't get to be the angel. She don't get to be the devil. She get to be just as bad as he. They are both equally responsible. They both equally bad. Okay? Period, point blank. With that being said, to the women, watch your cooch. Okay? Watch it, girl. Stop letting everybody just go off in there. Okay? And she 40 and he in his early 20s. So it's giving me grooming tease any doggone way. Let's get into what he said at the game with them people heckling him.
You suck.
Let's go, man. He said what he said. If y'all ever been to professional games, especially what do you call it? Especially basketball games, them hecklers is something else. Like they bad. He said that I got 200 million, and he said the other guy got 300 million, and then he said obviously with the gesture. But the problem is them hecklers be doing the most. So when he responded, I'm pretty sure they're going to fine him for it. But whenever he responded, that was his response. But I think it should go both ways. I think hecklers should be suspended too. I think they do. And I think they need to be fined because people are still people. And you don't know the inside and outs of what's been really going on. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, so that was him being heckled at the game. Hold on. Let me go get the text messages, and I want to show you guys in real time. What it looks like when a man tells you over and over and over and over, I don't want you, bitch. I don't want you or that baby. Okay? Look, he's in the blue. No, her in the blue. She says, I'm pregnant, wanted to tell you in person, but you gave me no other choice. We probably should have kept it cordial, but we're here now. He says, okay, LOL, get the abortion, LOL. She goes on to say, I don't need hush money. My intentions aren't to blackmail you in any way. I'm being upfront and honest. I'm not getting an abortion. It's not an option. I can keep you posted or updated through the process, or I can disappear until the baby's here. It's on you. Either way, I'm done going back and forth because you still think it's a joke. He put in OMG, laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji. Bye. She says, not bye. See you later. Stalking tease, weird bitch tease. And then she says, Anthony, do you hate me? He said, yes. I think it was a typo. Because you bringing a child in the world that's going to be without a father. She says, I'm not asking you to be with me in any way, shape, or form or fashion. If you choose to be a complete ghost to your seed, that's totally up to you. That's something you'll have to take up with a higher power. Hard to believe when you father the kid outside of your own, but I come in peace and despite what you may think, and I'm not sure now or when to communicate with you without overwhelming you, but we are clear on how you feel. He says, I won't be in a child life I don't want. LOL, you are sick. Now, why is this important? Everything from that text message on is on Aisha Howard. Again, his karma's gonna come through that child and the Most High. It ain't gonna come through Aisha. It ain't gonna come through me. It ain't gonna come through you. Okay? He told her over and over, I don't want the child. Now, I'm not saying you got to go get an abortion, but you got to know this. Moving forward, it's on you now, ma. It's on you. But he's telling you in all these situations that he wants nothing to do with you, nothing to do with this child. This girl then came back around and asked him to to have the baby have his last name. Why are you petitioning the court to ask? I wouldn't even, girl, I wish the mother pluck. I would be mad. Girl, last name? Are you crazy? No, my child ain't having that nigga last name. I don't want my child to have no parts of this nigga. She's 40. He's in his early 20s. They both made immature decisions, okay? She's 38 or is it 40? Whatever. She know better. There's no excuse for her. There's no excuse for any of them. But there's no excuse for her. Take your lick, girl. You're going to get the money from them because the court's going to make sure that happens. But everything else after that is on you. If I were you, I would find me a nice, good old stepdaddy. A good one. You feel what I'm saying? That's going to raise my son like it's his. You see what I'm saying? But all of that, because they say he was trying to get the document sealed for the court or something like that, because he don't want it to hurt his brand. At the end of the day, he's not married to nobody. So having a baby mama who he don't take care of the child, well, technically he do because he paying child support. But other than that, having a baby mama who he want nothing to do with, that is not going to hurt his brand. When did brands care about how black women get treated? And like I said, seeing her on a few lives, I see why he didn't want nothing to do with her. I wouldn't want nothing to do with her anyway. She's a lot. She's a lot, but he still should want something to do with their child. But yeah, also too, I get it. Shout out to the Cougars. Y'all going to get these little boys. It's not for me. I don't like little boys. I've never been attracted to little boys. I'm not taking care of nobody's child. But I see a lot of Cougars going to get these little boys. Y'all doing a lot of grooming too. Y'all doing a lot of grooming too. Unpopular opinion. No, unpopular fact. You have too much experience in this world with men and all that stuff. Y'all going after these churn. You're doing a lot of grooming too. But do what you want, fat. But just don't act like you ain't grooming. You grooming too. You grooming too. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and he was 40 and she was in her early 20s and she was pregnant, y'all would say he groomed that lady and got her pregnant and groomed her and left her for dead. That's what y'all would say. And you know it. You know it. So to the older women, like I said, I ain't mad at you, fat. Get you a little piece. Get you a little piece. Go ahead on, get you a little piece. I'm here for the piece. You feel what I'm saying? But you're grooming. And them little niggas running behind them Cougars. Do you hear me? Girl, listen to me. They running behind them Cougars. But anyway, yay. Let's move on. Anthony Edwards don't want nothing to do with the child. He told her in every which way he could. It is what it is. It's up to you now to raise the child. Now, let's move on to Shannon Sharpe in this lawsuit, honey. So Shannon Sharpe, Uncle Shay Shay. Girl, he got sued. But I think this cap, though. I think this cap. I don't think this is real. I think this is all a bunch of bull crap. But anyway, we're going to go with it because it's in the news. So Shannon Sharpe was allegedly sued or being sued by a Jane Doe. All these Jane Does is really blowing me too. Because what do you mean Jane Doe? Who are you? But anyway, the way the internet works, I understand why some women aren't coming out and say who they are, because y'all be so much fans of these people. Y'all get on here and drag the woman for being raped. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. So it's a $50 million lawsuit. Uncle Shay Shay is being sued. It's probably by Clear, because when we get into this response, it told me everything I needed to know. He's probably being sued by Clear. But it says, hold on, let me bring you over here. Shannon Sharpe's legal team responds to $50 million lawsuit, says it's a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It says Shannon Sharpe's legal team has responded to a lawsuit accusing him of S.A. Jane Doe multiple times at the end of 2024, beginning in 2025. In response to Lanny J. Davis released the identity of the woman, Gabriella Zuniga. I told you it was a Clear woman. Is it Zuniga or Zuniga? Zuniga, whatever. Along with explicit messages she alleges Shannon allegedly sent Shannon. Let's get into this response, girl. Statement by Lanny J. Davis, counsel to Shannon Sharpe. Well, you know what? Is the actual lawsuit on here? This is a lot. I don't have that. Let me see. I thought I had the actual lawsuit. Hold on, y'all give me a second, because I want to, before we get into the response, we need to get into the actual lawsuit. And let me tell you something, a lot of these women be capping, but here we are. I don't want y'all to say I'm anti-woman, child, because y'all act like every woman be telling the truth, but especially the Clears. What the hell? No. Wait, what? Oh my. Okay, we about to get into it. Hold on one second. We about to get into it. I was looking for the actual lawsuit. I see the response. I'm looking for the actual lawsuit. Matter of fact, I could put it up on Google. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Matter of fact, while I do that, let me give y'all a commercial break. Y'all take this time to like the video, please, and thank you. I'm going to give you guys a commercial break really quickly. Take this time to get you a like on the video, girl, so we can come on back and finish Joce, okay? Let's get into it.
Let's go, Miss Peggy. Let's go, Peggy. Miss Peggy bother, Peggy bother, Peggy bother. Make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, do it for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Wobble for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Ooh, Peggy Sue, ooh, Peggy, ooh, Peggy, ooh. Peggy about to say she about to work it like a black girl. Make that ass jump, make it rock like a black girl. Rock. You fine, Peggy. You fine, Peggy. Ooh, you fine, Peggy. Ooh, bow-legged Peggy and a booty kind of heavy. Bend it on over, girl, toot it like a levy. Bow-legged Peggy, booty kind of heavy. Bend that ass over, toot it like a levy. Lift that ass, lift that ass, lift that ass. Ooh, Peggy about to work, she about to rock, she about to move, she about to make it.
All right, I'm back. So I found the lawsuit, or at least an article on the lawsuit, and let's get into it. It says Pro Football Hall of Famer and media personality Shannon Sharpe is facing a lawsuit accused of SA and battery and engaging in intentional infliction of emotional distress. The lawsuit was filed Sunday in Clark County, Nevada, and obtained by USA Today Sports. The plaintiff, listed under the aliases Jane Doe, said she was in a relationship with Sharpe for nearly 2 years, and it began as a rocky consensual relationship. The woman, who is seeking $50 million in damages, says she met Sharpe at an LA gym in 2023 when she was 19, and alleges in the lawsuit that Sharpe, who is currently 56, essayed her twice, once in October 24 and again in January 2025. It says, in a statement released Monday, Sharpe's attorney Lanny J. Davis called the lawsuit a blatant, cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and will not succeed. Y'all know Tony Busby behind this too. The woman says Sharpe became violent over the course of their relationship, threatening to unalive her during one incident, and recorded their encounters without her consent. Sharpe flew into fits of anger when plaintiff noted his infidelity to their relationship or called him out about his extraneous activities. The lawsuit said, what had once been manipulation, control, and intimidation now becomes something far more dangerous and sinister. Sharpe even figured out how to get into Doe's apartment complex without her permission. Sharpe made it clear that what Doe wanted was of no moment. Sharpe made it clear that what Doe wanted was of no moment, that Sharpe would get what he wanted when he wanted it. In October 2024, Shannon Sharpe violently essayed the plaintiff on 2 separate occasions in Las Vegas, ignoring her request to stop, the lawsuit says. Jane Doe is represented by attorneys Tony Busby and Micah Nash. Busby was part of the legal team that won settlements against Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson after more than 24 messages or massage therapists accused him of sexual misconduct. Davis' statement include several explicit text messages allegedly sent from Doe to Sharpe in order to set the record straight. Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegations of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of RAPE, and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt at blackmail. Davis said in the statement he stands firmly by the truth and is prepared to fight these false claims vigorously in court. He looks forward to vindication through due process and a judgment based on facts and the law. Sharpe, a 3-time Super Bowl winning tight end, has his own successful podcast, Club Shay Shay, and makes a regular appearance on ESPN's First Take. It was reported last week that Sharpe is eyeing a new podcast deal in excess of $100 million. So, okay, this lady said she wants 50 of the 100, and because he essayed her twice when they was young, when she was, I guess, like a year ago. And then she also said that he R-worded her in things of that nature. She said he learned how to get in her apartment when she not home, all type of stuff. I don't know. What y'all think? Are y'all here for it? Let's get into some of this. Some of the statements by Lanny J. Davis, okay? It says, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're in me. Gabrielle Zuniga in a text message to Shannon Sharpe, October 7th, 2023. This is what she texted him. I know you missed this big juicy $25K for each cheek. Gabrielle Zuniga in a text from Shannon Sharpe or to Shannon Sharpe, January 1st, 2025, 9:50 at night or 9:50 p.m. This is Central too. We gonna get into it. The lawsuit filed by Zuniga and orchestrated by her attorney Tony Busby is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortion, and misrepresentations, and will not succeed. In her effort to extract a large financial settlement, Mrs. Zuniga presented Mr. Sharpe with a secretly recorded video of consensual sexual encounter. We believe the video has been heavily edited and taken entirely out of context. Where the video at? Let me see. Crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. Ms. Zuniga has refused to provide a copy of the full unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharpe's legal team. To set the record straight, we are releasing several of Mrs. Zuniga's only explicit text messages to Mr. Sharpe that clearly indicates the nature of their relationship and consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific graphic requests. Contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuit, consensual sex continued until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she asked for 25,000 of them things per cheek. As quoted above from her text message to Mr. Sharpe, there are other examples of text from Ms. Zuniga. For example, wait, they got examples. Y'all ready for the text messages? Get the likes up for the text messages, okay? We got to read what Ms. Zuniga was saying, okay? This is what she said. Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever, or you can do whatever you want to me. That's what she said. Miss Zoo Nigga want the baby gravy. Then it says, text from Gabrielle Zoo Nigga to Shannon Sharpe, November 23rd, 2023. I want to put my tongue in your a-hole and then marry you. Now, Miss Zoo Nigga, what was you doing? Why would you want to put your tongue in that man's asshole? This is a real question. Another text, January 12th, 2024. That's my daddy. F want you to put a big black baby in me. So this is a clear woman. She want a big black baby in her. Then it goes on to say, text from Gabrielle Zoo Nigga to Shannon Sharpe, August 11, 2024. These messages are just sampling of a broader pattern of graphic sexual communication initiated by Miss Zoo Nigga. The evidence paints a clear picture that this was a consensual adult relationship that included role-playing, sexual language, and fantasy scenarios explicitly requested by Miss Zoo Nigga. The edited tape that Miss Zoo Nigga secretly taped and showed to Mr. Sharpe during her blackmail attempt tries to falsely portray, as a result of this editing out of context from prior text messages, that the sexual activity was not consensual. But Mr. Sharpe now believes her secret taping was all a part of her plan set up as part of her blackmail scheme, as distorted by her edited tape, a copy of which she refused to make available to Mr. Sharpe or his counsel. Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegation of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of RAPE, and will not be submitted in what she has seen or what he has seen as an egregious attempt at blackmail. He stands firmly by the truth and is prepared to fight these false claims vigorously in court. He looks forward to the vindication through due process and a judgment based on the facts in the law. All right, now it's up to y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Shannon did it. Put a 2 in the chat if you think he didn't. I'm trying to see something. Now, y'all seen the text messages. Put a 1 in the chat if you think good old boy Shay did it. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's cap. I'm trying to see something. Jeremiah put a 3. It's a lot of twos. It's a lot of twos. I don't think he did it, y'all. I don't think he did it. I think that ever since Cassie won that lawsuit, nigga said too, he don't like females. Oh. Wait. Ever since Cassie won that lawsuit, a lot of girls been coming out under Jane Doe's and all of that, you know, trying to say that they got popped or whatever. And a lot of these girls be really outside with the shiz not eat. Okay. Honestly, I don't believe it. I think that it was like the Chris Brown thing, that last girl who said he did something to her and they put the text messages up of the girl begging him to come around and all that. I don't believe that. I think that they lying on Uncle Shannon. And I don't care about Shannon Sharpe in no way, shape, or form. Don't care at all, actually. But ultimately, I think that this is cap. I think this is a lie. I think this is a money grab. I think this girl realized, I had a relationship with him. Things didn't quite go my way. So, yeah, I'm going to just go ahead on and make it seem like you RAP'd me. Now, only question I have about Miss Zoo Nigga is, why would you want to put your tongue in that man's asshole? It's one thing to say, put the gravy baby in me. It's another thing to want a big old black baby. And listen, that role playing, that's a lot of the stuff they be doing with them clear girls, okay? They love doing that with them clear girls. Put a big old black baby in me, you nigger. Nigger, get over here. Get over here, boy. Put a big old black baby in me. And look at them niggas. Yes, sir, ma'am. Yes, sir, ma'am. Yes, sir, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Eyes doozy. Eyes doozy, ma'am. That's how they be role playing. I hope you know that. So when she said put a big old black baby in me, I said sound about right. Sound about right to me. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, neither here nor there. Shannon with your big black ass, your big burly black ass, you know, and got your Miss Zoo nigga, and Miss Zoo nigga want all your coin. Now, I don't care what she do with you. If she win, oh well. If she don't win, oh well too. I don't give a good goddamn. I'm so tired of you big old country eating, collard green eating ass niggas coming out of country with your black mama, your black grandmother, your black this and your black that, running your crazy looking ass, running your what kind of milk they be running your rice pudding eating ass over there by them clears to go give them all your money. I hope she take every dime, and I don't believe you did it. I hope she take every dime. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And yeah, somebody said why he ain't exposing his text, because he didn't want to see the part. He didn't want y'all to see that part when she said, "Put that big old black baby in Miss Sambo," and he said, "Yes, sir, ma'am. Eyes be over there, ma'am. Yes, sir, ma'am." And send him a picture. He want y'all to see the picture he sent in his slave outfit with the chains around his neck and the chains on his wrist like this. Keep us free. He didn't want y'all to see the response when he sent her back the picture like this, when she said, "Put that big old black baby in me." He didn't want you to see the response when he said, "Give us free." So yeah, I cut that out too. I wouldn't show that to y'all. I wouldn't show that to y'all, girl. Please. No, I'm not gonna put that on there. Why would I show that? Girl, y'all crazy. Come on, man. Like, think about it. Would you put it on there? No. Definitely, and I'm definitely gonna block out what I said. I'm just gonna show you what they said. Duh. That's easy. Girl, y'all be unrealistic sometimes. Y'all really be unrealistic. Well, why they ain't show us his part? Why would I do that? Just like I told you I wasn't going in the baddies comments. I'm not going around there to get jumped. I already know they're going to jump me. Why would I go around there? Y'all got to be smarter than this. Y'all got to be, no way. Y'all just be wanting anything to happen on this internet. Girl, no way. I'm not going around there and get jumped, and I don't think he should get on here and show us his "give us free" master, Mendingo warrior, Mendingo. He don't want to show y'all that. Then he gonna mess up his whole thing. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it sound about right. He did what he supposed to do. Just show her part. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all got to be strong. Y'all got to be strong now. I'm not leaking that part neither. You think I'm crazy? If I get into it with a nigga, which I don't do that, but if I get into it with a nigga, and I get into it with that nigga, and he been texting me all type of stuff about how he want to stick his tongue all up my ass, you think I'm gonna send you back? I'm gonna show you the text part where I said, "Come on and make sure when you send it in this time." No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm only gonna show you the part where he asked. I'm not gonna show you the part where I responded and what I said. Okay? Why would I do that? And they all be like, "Voodoo, you nasty." No, girl, I am a Christian. Okay? I am a Christian. Do you hear me? Christian is me. How you say your name? Let me get you on here. Anthea C. Hey, Vu. Non-acorn, love your humor and educational lessons. I trace my lineage from Malawi to Zimbabwe, Africa. Grew up in England. Keep at it. Shout out to Malawi. Is that how you say it? In Zimbabwe and England. Shout out. Yeah, hey, keep doing that research. You learn a lot. You learn a whole lot. Shout out to Anthea. I love that for you. And thank you for all your support. And rice and beans and toast to you too. Tell everybody down in England, especially the blacks, tell everybody down in England to come over and see me. We love everybody. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, I do. Shout out to, because I'm worldwide. What's up? Worldwide. What's up? Y'all already know that, dude. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all just think it just be y'all on here. Girl, everybody is on here. What is we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, thank you, Anthea. I appreciate it, Fat. Pure Joy, thank you for the super chat. Says, "Boo, this lawsuit is BS. Why not report a violation to the police? No, these bras bypass the police the hospital, and the kid. She lying. Hell yeah, she lying. You know she lying. You know she lying. Hey, Jeremiah, my boo. Hey, handsome. Thank you for the super chat. And thank you again for the super chat. I believe it if it were a man, because we can clearly see that rainbow. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Everybody else was saying that too. Girl, we don't believe that. But she did say, well, the text message did say she wanted to stick her tongue in his butt. Mm-hmm. So he like a little booty, a little now and again. You feel what I'm saying? He like a little stuff around the hole, around the top part, around the top of the volcano. I ain't mad at him though. Just don't ask me to put my tongue down there. You done lost your mind, nigga. If you're crazy, put my tongue what? Do what? You want me to do what? Nigga, please. I'll stick this ink pen under. Niggas don't even wipe their ass good enough. Are you crazy? Anyways, yeah, I don't believe the lawsuit, y'all. I think it's cap, but I hope she take all this money. Say what I said. Yeah, shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Make sure y'all come over here Monday through Friday around 11 o'clock. We normally go live and we do the morning Joce. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the building. I hope y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. Next Monday, I'm not sure if I'll be home on time for the morning Joce. I got to check my flight, but if not, I'm going to still pull up on y'all, possibly, maybe. We'll see. But anyway, I will see y'all tomorrow on the next one. Shout out to everybody in the building. I got to get up off of here because I told you I'm on Zoom and on live. And I'm so glad that it worked out today, but I can't be playing Russian roulette with y'all like that. But with that being said, I got to Joce y'all up out of here. Love y'all down to the ground. Look at Saint got his ears popped up. He know when I be ready to get off. He got his ears propped up when I say, but I got to get up off here and Joce y'all out. His ears propped up. He a hater. Anyway, with that being said, love y'all down to the ground. And I'll see y'all later on the next one. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Karen, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.